And I'm Beth Jones. A jury handed down its decision today in the case of a Lincolnville man accused of killing his friend and roommate.
Matthew Pendleton was charged with murdering 47-year-old Kevin Currett early last year. He was found not guilty of murder. However, the jury did find him guilty on the lesser charge of manslaughter. The jury spent the last 2 days deliberating before reaching their verdict.
There's a certain level of disappointment in the outcome, but on the other hand, there was a finding that Mr. Pendleton was responsible for the death of Kevin Currett, so there is satisfaction in that.
It's rare that someone charged with murder in Maine is found not guilty, and so we're delighted about that. Obviously, we were hoping for a not guilty on manslaughter as well, but it does allow us at this point to turn our attention to post-conviction bail. We think Matt should be released at this point.
Sentencing is expected to take place next month. Manslaughter can carry a sentence of up to 30 years in prison.
A sheriff's deputy was shot during an altercation in Minot this morning. The Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office received a complaint of a disturbance on the Woodman Hill Road just after 4 a.m. And when deputies arrived, the home was engulfed in flames. According to Maine State Police, as deputies were escorting the homeowners from the residence, they were fired upon by a male subject at the end of the driveway. Sergeant Randy Williams with the Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office responded, and state police say he was shot in the leg during an altercation with the male subject. The officer was taken to a hospital to be treated for his injury. The gunman has been identified as 42-year-old Corey Hamill of Minot. Hamill was arrested, and police say there is no further threat to the public. State police and fire marshal investigators were processing the scene all day.
The commission investigating the Lewiston mass shooting will hear from the Maine State Police tomorrow. Last week, the commission heard from the Lewiston and Lisbon police departments about their immediate response following the shooting prior to the Maine State Police taking command. The commission plans to ask the state police about what some departments have reported as a lack of transparency in communication. The hearing is scheduled for 9 a.m. in Augusta.
A somber announcement from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has lobster fishermen both on edge and in mourning of sorts today. For the first time in history, a North Atlantic right whale death has been directly attributed to Maine gear. NOAA made the announcement today, saying their investigation concluded that rope removed from a deceased female juvenile right whale that had washed up on Martha's Vineyard a few weeks ago was in fact Maine rope. That whale was known as North Atlantic right whale 5120. NOAA says they reached their conclusion due to purple markings on the rope, which are consistent with the rope used in Maine state waters. The sobering news was hard to hear for Maine lobster fishermen, and there has never before been a right whale death directly attributed to Maine gear, and no entanglements have been blamed on Maine gear in 20 years.
I think we're all very sad. We're a little emotional about the fact that we've worked really hard to make sure that we don't entangle right whales in Maine waters. And I think the fishermen are feeling anxious. They're probably very nervous to think of what's going to come next now.
The Conservation Law Foundation is one of the groups that's pushing for stricter regulations to prevent entanglements. They said in a statement, quote, "Entanglements are a constant threat to right whales, cutting their lives short and painting a disheartening future for this species." Only about 350 North Atlantic right whales are left on the planet. The deceased whale was a 3-year-old female, a terrible loss to a species that desperately needs more female whales to bear calves, end quote. NOAA says the full necropsy results are still pending and their investigation remains open at this time. The Maine Department of Marine Resources is also investigating.
The way recreational cannabis gummies are labeled could soon change after a certain bill passed its first legislative hurdle today. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard explains.
What we see is that the Department of OCP is unevenly and unfairly executing our laws in this state, and that's why I put this bill in and it was brought to me.
The Veterans and Legal Affairs Committee spent 6 hours asking questions and debating a bill brought by Representative Boyer seeking to change the requirement that each individual serving of cannabis edibles be stamped with a universal symbol.
To require a universal symbol stamped on every serving of an edible is simply the stigma. It's a result of 100 years of propaganda.
The Maine Cannabis Union feels that the best way to protect the public, especially consumers, patients, and children in those households, is education.
In the end, the committee amended the bill to only drop the individual labeling requirement for gummies, with support from the Maine Office of Cannabis Policy.
Well, we're open to compromise, and we understand that that individually marking and having it be legible on gummies has been problematic for a number of manufacturers.
One complaint that was heard multiple times throughout the legislative process for this bill is what some have said is the unequal and subjective application of rules for business owners. That's why Representative Boyer started a petition to fire the director of Maine's Office of Cannabis Policy.
Because he's not for Maine, all right? He's hurting Maine businesses, making this arbitrary decisions, interpreting the law to crack down on Maine small businesses and to roll out the red carpet for big marijuana from out of state to come in here. So he has done nothing to help Maine's cannabis industry, and in fact, he's hurt.
The bill will now receive a full vote of the House and Senate. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Governor Mills introduced a supplemental budget proposal today that she says, quote, invests in urgent needs to support Maine people while saving money to preserve the state's long-term fiscal health. According to the governor's office, the budget strengthens disaster response resources, bolsters the Department of Health and Human Services, protects the state's financial health, and provides for future funding needs. Some budget specifics include saving $107 million in a new temporary reserve for the 2026-2027 biennium to help the state maintain its strong fiscal footing. $30 million in proposed investments to strengthen Maine's behavioral health system, $6 million to repair storm damage in Maine state parks, $15 million to fund final payments to municipalities under the property tax stabilization program for seniors, and also authorizing the use of unused state funds to expand the state's network of public defenders. The governor's office says the proposed budget also funds public safety and mental health initiatives that are part of her upcoming public safety legislation. Of course, legislative Republican leaders saying they look forward to reviewing it once final details become available. And we have a detailed overview in this story on our website, foxbangor.com.
In other news, the Maine Land Use Planning Commission halted a metal mining project by Wolfden Resources today.
Our Doug Banks joins us live in studio with those details. Doug.
Thank you. With a vote of 5-2, the Picket Mountain mining project by Canada-based Wolfden Resources was rejected by Maine's Land Use Planning Commission. Earlier today, I spoke with both sides of the issue to understand the precedent this decision might set. Wednesday, advocates gathered in opposition of Wolfden Resources' Picket Mountain mining proposal.
Specifically here today, Wolfden's application to rezone the land that they've purchased.
The Picket Mountain mining project would have taken place in Township 6, approximately 10 miles north of Patton in Penobscot County. Wolfden's intentions were to mine copper and zinc in the mountain's volcanogenic massive sulfate deposit, turning mined materials into renewable energy. In order for mining to move forward, Wolfden requested rezoning 374 acres of their wholly owned 7,000-acre Picket Mountain land from a general management designation to a planned development. On Wednesday, the Land Use Planning Commission first voted not to delay a decision on Wolfden's proposed rezoning.
The request was a fairly simple one, justified through the fact that not all commissioners were seated. And frankly, Franklin County submitted their own letter suggesting that they would like a delay until they have an opportunity to be represented.
LUPC's senior planner Tim Carr spoke before the commission. Carr and his staff said the project would endanger the region's waterways, natural habitat, and would not prove to be a sustainable land use. The commission rejected the proposal with a vote of 5-2. But could this decision set a precedent for similar projects?
I hope this does set a precedent going forward that we will center clean water needs.
Others disagreed, stating these situations are evaluated on a case-by-case basis.
If there were few issues that were different, we would have made a different decision.
My initial inclination is I hope not. I hope some lessons are learned for sure.
An appeal could be the next course of action for Wolfton Resources. When I spoke to Jeremy Oliette, he said it's a popular question for the company at the moment, but couldn't comment on what direction they're leaning towards. Beth and Peter?
Alrighty, Doug, thank you.
All right.
Well, as we look outdoors, earlier we talked about just how windy it was today and that wind chill making things feel pretty cold out there.
And it's really not letting up. I mean, we were both kind of out of the studio briefly, later this evening, and the wind is definitely still whipping, and it's kind of bone chilling. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast and see what is coming in the overnight.
Thank you so much, Beth. And it does feel like winter, but just south of town, right by the coast, not much snow at all. Only in some piles up north. That's where you got to find that snow. Millinocket, Greenville area. Don't worry, though. More snow is on the way all over Maine. For now, though, we are looking at some decreasing clouds. We did see mainly cloudy skies earlier today, but things are really improving for now. Right by the coast, though, mid-20s outside. Here, same story earlier today. Up north, though, check out Millinocket area, Greenville, up into those low to mid-20s, so well below freezing, closer to average at that, right? But overnight tonight, though, like I said, folks, we are looking at decreasing clouds. Temperatures will continue to stay in those mid to upper teens.
So at least maybe the wind letting up a little bit, but temperature's still chilly.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Conrad, thank you. And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, a Winthrop Art Gallery honors one of the victims of the Lewiston mass shooting.
And last Veterans Day, a Bangor vet won a life-changing prize, and our Grace Blanchard was there today when he was handed the keys. We'll have those stories and more when we come right back.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. CEM specializes in design-build for commercial and residential projects. Whether you need help with older construction, new build-outs, or electrical services, CEM has you covered. CEM is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMMaine.com.
Winter's still hanging around, so it's the perfect time for Ford's all-wheel drive sales event. Take your pick from our award-winning lineup of SUVs, from the versatile Ford Escape to the exciting Ford Bronco family with GOAT modes to handle any surface, to Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. These models are in stock, but hurry in for the best selection. The Ford all-wheel drive sales event happening now at your New England Ford dealers. Now get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,000 cash on 2023 Ford Escape and Bronco Sport.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Batch's Barbecue Sauce, Boynton's Greenhouse, Comfort Shoes and More, Greg's Auto Repair, Irish Collision Center, and Joe's Furniture Warehouse.
This is going to be the toughest next level chef yet.
I want my mom.
Only the best will survive.
All new Next Level Chef, Thursdays at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
You can join Fox 22 and ABC 7 online at foxbangor.com. Be a part of the conversation on Twitter and join our Facebook family at Fox ABC Maine. Follow, like, watch. Download the new Fox Bangor app from the App Store or Google Play and get your news anytime, anywhere.
An art gallery in Winthrop is honoring one of the victims of the Lewiston mass shooting. There's an exhibit in memory of Peyton Brewer Ross. It opened last weekend and recognizes him for his humor and for being a great father, not just a shooting victim. As photojournalist Jim Bone shows us, the goal is also to continue the discussion around gun violence.
We're trying to make sense of the horrible and meet it with a temporary beauty. We were all devastated and in our homes and shocked. I'm not a political wizard. I'm not the person to bring about world change, but I had to do something. There's canvas wrapped photos that have been hung on the wall. His daughter Elle has a number of pieces on the wall that she made both before and art therapy, trying to figure out where her dad is. And in the gallery while we were installing, there's his own work that he's made, and then there's a fabulous installation in the front window made by Emily and Clint Pettengill. When Peyton and Rachel were together, he had to take a fine arts elective. And Rachel, who was an art major, suggested that he should take painting, that it was an opportunity for him to show his love of storytelling and his sense of humor and his bold sense of color. He loved heroes and stories and Superman. We'd encourage all sorts of people who just want to come, who are just curious. This is a terrible tragedy, but there is a small opportunity within this tragedy. And so now it's time to do what we can collectively as a community and as individuals to make the change we want to see.
That powerful exhibit will be displayed for the rest of this month and may showcase other victims of the October tragedy as well. You can visit the gallery on Main Street in Winthrop.
Well, this Valentine's Day, students at Husson University showed their love for the community by donating blood. Husson's annual Circulate the Love blood drive is organized by the university's student radio station. In partnership with the American Red Cross, they host 2 blood drives a year. Organizers say there is a critical need due to the lowest number of people giving blood in 2 decades. The university hopes to change that by introducing more students to blood donation.
For a lot of young people that are coming to college or universities for the first time, they've maybe not donated blood before, they come and they donate, and hopefully they keep coming back. And so we literally bring the drive to their front door, so it's super easy for these students to become lifelong donors.
To date, Husson blood drives have resulted in the donation of over 700 units of blood. Although the drive was a one-day event, organizers say the need never ends, and if you'd like to donate, the information to schedule an appointment is available on our website, foxbangor.com.
RH Foster held its 9th annual Fuel the Love event. Our Matthew Juronsik was with the crew to catch the reactions of this year's recipients.
Valentine's Day. We celebrate those we love. There might be a gift of flowers or chocolate, but for RH Foster, it's an opportunity to share some love with their annual Fuel the Love event.
This is my favorite day of the year, especially with being with work. Just seeing the customers and the happiness and, that worry of that extra tank being filled, taking that burden off of them helps them out the most.
RH Foster receives nominations through the year for people that might be dealing with other hardships and might just need a little boost, hoping to spread love and appreciation to those who need it.
We're actually heading to one of the lucky winners right now, and what they don't know is that they're getting 100 gallons of fuel for free, and their reactions are priceless.
So these are for you. So we're donating 100 gallons to your oil tank.
Wow! They have been wonderful, and I thank them so much for the generosity with my grandson who had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he's doing a lot better now.
We wanted to give you 100 gallons of oil on us.
Oh my God. It's actually been a huge help financially, as going through cancer. I had applied to numerous grants and was turned down for help for financial reasons.
This was Service Manager Tressa Sullen's first Fuel the Love event. She got choked up talking about what this event means to her.
Hearing their stories and how they're survivors, it's very empowering. So I'm just proud.
Customer Relations Manager Trudy Darling says it's important to give back to the community.
It just fills your heart with love. It makes you feel so warm, and it makes you feel fortunate. It's nice to be able to give a little hand to those maybe less fortunate, and that's what today is all about for R.H. Foster.
Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, this past Veterans Day, a military family was surprised to learn they were the winners of a life-changing gift. Today, they were given the keys to a brand new home. Our Grace Blanchard was there and has their story.
What better way to set the tone for the Maine Woods development than to have a veteran and his family be the first occupants?
An exciting day for Marine Corps veteran Daniel Farrow and his family as they were handed the keys to a brand new home.
It's the culmination of a lot of hard work by a lot of people, but it shows you how great it can be when the community all comes together.
This past fall, Farrow entered an essay contest, giving veterans an opportunity to win a home in the new Maine Woods Townhome subdivision in Bangor.
It was very special to be part of. This is probably the coolest thing we've been involved in the 9 years we've been open.
Doc Goodwin with the Maine Veterans Project says of the 62 essays submitted, Farrow's was the most compelling of them all.
I think it was the organic, genuine sincerity of his message. He didn't doctor it up, he didn't hold back, he just told us who he was, who his family was, and what this home would mean to them.
Farrow says he was hopeful but never expected to win.
It doesn't feel real. It still hasn't really sunk in yet, I guess. It's gonna put us so far ahead in life.
He said the only word that comes to mind during this experience is grateful.
You've changed not only my life, but my family's life for the better, and I can never begin to repay that, but I'm going to try somehow.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Oh, such an amazing thing to be able to do, to give back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so deserving.
Yeah, exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, you can't do enough to say thank you to our veterans.
Yeah, you can't.
All right.
Coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, a mass shooting today at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl celebrations left one person dead and more than 20 injured.
And the fallout from former President Trump's NATO comments continues. NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg, among others in the alliance, speaking out. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Come stop by Triple S Tag Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
No.
Of course not.
Not again.
Get your Toyota ready for the year's coldest and harshest weather. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all winter long. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Maine Commercial Solar offers a variety of services including solar systems design, sales, maintenance, and installation. Maine Commercial Solar can help you with existing or new systems. We offer packages for installation by others, or we can help you build your own solar array, smaller residential, or anything in between. Maine Commercial Solar is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions. We offer competitive pay, a 3% IRA match, vacation, holiday time, and a family-oriented environment. If interested, please call Jason at 848-7486.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Start with a bang. Invite a bunch of friends, then fill the infield like a rock concert. Mix in some superstar power and turn them loose.
A 500-mile all-out fight for NASCAR's biggest prize. That's the Great American Race. The Daytona 500, Sunday at 2:30 Eastern on Fox.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
In their latest update, Kansas City police said one person has died and 22 people were shot, many of them seriously hurt and some taken to a children's hospital, though we don't know their ages. 3 people have been taken into custody.
Kansas City police say the shots were fired right as the parade was wrapping up, hitting several people. Video from Fox Sports of the parade caught the moment people reacted to the sound of gunshots. Kansas City's mayor at the parade when it happened, expressing his disappointment that such an exciting day for the city turned to chaos.
We went out today, like everyone in Kansas City, looking to have a celebration. That celebration was marred by a shooting today.
Mayor Quentin Lucas says police and paramedics were on the scene immediately. Victims could be seen getting loaded into ambulances.
Officers ran towards danger. Officers were there to keep everyone safe.
There were more than 800 law enforcement officers at the parade already. FBI agents rushing towards the scene as well. President Biden was briefed on the shooting, and the White House has offered federal assistance with the investigation. Fans at the parade described the chaos when fans had to flee Kansas City's Union Station.
All of a sudden, the crowd started just rushing us and trampling everybody, and so we kind of moved about, and then we heard gunshots.
The mayor of Kansas City said no members of the Kansas City Chiefs were injured in the shooting and were all accounted for. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
The Chiefs released a statement on the shooting saying in part, quote, "We are truly saddened by the senseless act of violence that occurred outside of Union Station at the conclusion of today's parade and rally. Our hearts go out to the victims, their families, and all of Kansas City. We thank the local law enforcement officers and first responders who were on scene to assist," end quote.
Well, meanwhile, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin hosted a virtual meeting about Ukraine Wednesday, just hours after being discharged from the hospital. As he urges the House to pass the funding bill for Ukraine and Israel, we're learning what some of the money would go for. Fox's Jennifer Griffin has the story.
The National Security Supplemental includes more than just Ukraine military aid. It focuses on missile defense to protect Israeli cities. $4 billion for the Iron Dome and David Sling, $1.2 billion for the Iron Beam laser system to counter short-range rocket threats, something the U.S. could also use to protect U.S. troops at bases across the Middle East, and $2.4 billion for U.S. Central Command to resupply missiles fired by the U.S. Navy to stop Iranian proxies. Then there's $1.9 billion for DoD to backfill weapons it already sent to Taiwan from U.S. stockpiles. The $60 billion for Ukraine includes $48.4 billion for weapons, $19.9 billion for the Pentagon to backfill weapons already sent to Ukraine from U.S. stockpiles, in essence, buying new weapons for the U.S. military. Defense Secretary Austin tried to reassure the Ukraine Contact Group, 50 allies meeting in Brussels today, that U.S. support for Ukraine, the front lines against an expansionist Russia, would continue.
Ukraine will not surrender, and neither will we.
A study by the conservative-leaning American Enterprise Institute shows that 90% of the $68 billion the U.S. has already sent to Ukraine supports weapons factories and jobs in the U.S. Abrams tanks made in Lima, Ohio, Javelin anti-tank missiles built in Troy, Alabama, and Tucson, Arizona, howitzers built in Minneapolis, Switchblade drones made in Forest, Mississippi, and York, Pennsylvania, and more.
The supplemental refills depleted U.S. stockpiles, modernizes those stockpiles, and helps the U.S. economy while ensuring the U.S. is prepared for future conflicts. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg says former President Trump is all wrong when it comes to NATO countries and how much they spend on defense. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson has more.
For God's sake, it's dumb, it's shameful, it's dangerous, it's un-American.
President Biden not mincing words in his response to former President Donald Trump, who said over the weekend that he'd encourage Russia to invade NATO countries if they don't pay what he considers their fair share toward mutual defense. On Wednesday, NATO pushed back, pointing out that 18 of its 31 members do spend the minimum 2% of GDP, and that collectively, Europe is spending more than the minimum, with a $600 billion increase over the past decade.
Any suggestion that we are not standing up for each other, that we are not going to protect each other, that does undermine the security of all of us.
But the former president is getting some cover from Republican allies who say his remarks were taken out of context, and he was only trying to point out the dangers of allowing America to keep footing the bill for other countries.
The full context of what the president was saying and asking of all of us is if we continue to pay, Europeans know that we're going to subsidize their defense budget.
The controversy comes at a time of escalating national security challenges, including wars in Ukraine and Israel, and the hospitalization of Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who spoke virtually to European allies on Wednesday.
And a move that so many allies and partners from around the globe are with us today, that's a testament to this coalition's resolve and unity.
Some NATO members say they're making contingency plans in case Trump wins the election and decides to withdraw from the alliance. In Washington, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. White or blue, it doesn't matter what color your collar is. Economists are warning workers should be prepared for layoffs across the county.
And in sports, it's our last day of prelim matchups before the Maine High School Hoops Tournament. We'll have all your highlights coming up.
4 single farmers saddle up to find lifelong love.
We had a fire going, and that wasn't the only spark.
An all-new Farmer Wants a Wife, Thursdays on Fox.
Your financial goals may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy.
Plan your future with Warrant Financial.
People ask me all the time, are those commercials really true? Does Lowry & Associates really get all of those clients, all of those big settlements? Yes, we do. We really have gotten millions of dollars for Mainers hurt by commercial vehicles. And the insurance companies know when you call the twos, we're going to fight for you. And you know what else is true? I really am standing on top of this big truck.
Hurt by a big truck? Call the twos. We win for you.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in commercial, medical, and residential design build construction, as well as building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and a project manager superintendent. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, competitive pay, and a family-oriented environment. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 848-7486.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Jackson's Automotive, Healing Hands Massage, Old Town Redemption, Overhead Door Company of Bangor, Silver Fox Automotive, and Twin City Tile.
Your financial goals may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy.
Plan your future with Warrant Financial.
Drivers for Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash are striking across the country on Wednesday, and it comes as the three companies say they're taking steps to improve the driver experience. Fox's Alexandria Hoff has more.
What you
Drivers are turning off their apps and denying rides this Valentine's Day. It's all part of a nationwide strike involving thousands of Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash workers. They're focused on airports in at least a dozen major cities protesting unsafe working conditions and unfair wages. Some drivers say they're at their breaking point.
I got my taxes from Uber. They almost made as much as me, maybe 12, 13,000 less than what I made. That means they're taking too much of the money.
All three companies say they do not expect any significant impacts to customers. Uber telling Fox News the majority of its drivers are satisfied, writing, quote, as of last quarter, drivers in the U.S. were making about $33 per utilized hour. We also continue to act on driver feedback, adding new safety features to the app and improving our account deactivation processes. Earlier this month, Lyft also took steps to improve the driver experience, guaranteeing drivers earn at least 70% of riders' payments each week.
We also give them a weekly summary that shows here's exactly how much riders paid you, and here's exactly how much you took home, and here's what Lyft took as well.
But strike organizers say as vehicle and fuel costs rise, rideshare and app-based delivery companies are taking more out of drivers' pockets.
As we enjoy the comfort of modern convenience, let's not forget the human beings behind them who deserve to be treated fairly.
Wednesday's strike marked the first for Uber and Lyft since the companies went public in 2019. Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
Economists agree the U.S. job market is booming, but dozens of companies have already announced layoffs this year and more are coming. Fox's Rebecca Castor has more.
In the last 2 months, the U.S. added nearly 700,000 jobs, a signal of a strong economy, yet companies are not finished with layoffs.
I actually just joined a company that did layoffs a few months ago, but I feel pretty confident that my job will be safe when I start there. I feel like it's just that time to kind of clean house.
A lot of companies say it comes down to restructuring. That's the case at Snapchat, Cisco, and Google. But it's not just tech companies making cuts. Data from Resume Builder finds 38% of companies are likely to follow suit this year.
We're seeing them across the board in a lot of cases. It's not necessarily targeted to certain areas. It's, 10% across the organization.
But with over 9 million job openings in the U.S., job seekers have plenty to choose from. They might just have to manage their expectations.
I had to take a job making half as much just so I could work.
And career strategists warn U.S. workers of all stripes, blue collar and white collar, need to be aware of AI and how it could take over their industry.
You want to know how it works and how it could impact your position and make sure that you're on top of it and you're an expert as much as you can be.
Even with the layoffs, the nation's unemployment rate is close to its lowest in decades, and wages are finally pulling ahead of inflation. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
So 2 bits of good news there on the tail end.
Yeah, indeed.
All right.
All right, well, we know it's going to be a chilly overnight, but what else is to come after that?
We're hoping there's some good news in the full 5 day as well. Stay with us.
With barely any snow on the ground right now, things will be changing very, very soon because we are looking at some more snow moving in. When and how much are we going to get? I'll have all the answers coming up.
Great Scott! This is Green Bear 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important? Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you? No. Of course not. Not again.
Get your Toyota ready for the year's coldest and harshest weather. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all winter long. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
25 words or less.
What advice do you have for John? Have fun. This is one of the best games on TV.
In a friendly game of words.
11 words. Oh, you just came to slay. Oh.
The key to victory.
Stifler's mom.
Oh,
Jennifer
no.
Coolidge? Cougar.
Cougar, oh yeah! Is clearly in the clues. Wave, light, pebbles. Rebel!
You did it. You did it.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Michigan State. Exclamation point! Battle rivals Michigan.
What a jump!
Fox Primetime Hoops. Saturday at 8.
Welcome back, folks. Happy Valentine's Day once again. Our main weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. And get ready, snow, come our way, right? We definitely need it, especially here in town and just south, right by the coast. We're looking at pretty much nothing on the ground. For now, though, Midwest, upper Midwest, same story, getting in on some snow showers, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and then into northern Illinois. That's going to come our way, though. We still got to wait just a little bit longer, at least 36 hours until that snow comes our way. For now, though, we're seeing some decreasing clouds here in our region, and then we're going to continue to stay mainly clear overnight tonight. By Thursday, looking pretty good. Look what happens overnight. By early Friday morning, that's when that snow starts to arrive. It's really going to take over most of the region. Same story right by the coast. We are looking at snow mainly all over Maine, and of course, you got to go offshore to get into some rain showers. But we're going to have a lot of cold air this time. So, of course, all of this will be snow even by the coast. How much are we going to get, right? That's the main question. Well, we are looking at a widespread 1.5 to 3.5, 4 inches of snow. Let's say a solid 1.5 to 4 inches of snow all over the region. The least accumulation, you got to go well up north of Millinocket area, of course, Caribou. You are not in luck this time. You're going to be just to the north of this quick clipper system moving by. But the coast, though, you're going to see a lot of snow as well. The winds, though, very, very breezy. Check out Machias, 17-mile-an-hour sustained winds right now. Bar Harbor, Rockland, same story. You got to go up north. Bangor, of course, here. And then Millinocket area, 22 degrees. These are sustained winds, folks. Of course, these wind gusts are much, much stronger than that, up to even 35 miles an hour in some spots. We're going to continue to see that overnight tonight. Even by early tomorrow morning, we're going to see some really gusty winds. It's going to be improving, though. By tomorrow afternoon, then by Friday morning, it's going to be much better. We're just going to see some light breezes at around 20 miles per hour. Now, temperature-wise, I feel like we've been saying this all winter long. This is probably going to be the warmest winter on record in the United States. We still have quite a way to go, 2 months, I'd say. But for now, though, it's been very, very warm. And it's continuing to stay warm. That push of warmer air made its way all the way up north into the upper Midwest. Chicago near 50 degrees earlier today. That's not normal. We should be in those upper 30s in Chicago. Our average high is around 31. We're going to stay near average to slightly below this week. And then by middle of next week, warmer air moves in. For tonight, though, temperatures in the teens, decreasing clouds. It's going to be windy. That feels like temperature is going to be near zero. For tomorrow, though, temperatures near freezing, mostly sunny skies. Our extended forecast outlook does show snow in the area on Friday, and then we stay cold the rest of this week.
All right, and sports is coming up next. Stay tuned.
PDQ Door presents CHI Doors. CHI Doors are tough, dependable, engineered for fit and function. CHI Doors from PDQ Door, Hamden, Rockport, Bath, Waterville, Holton, Presque Isle, and PDQDoor.com.
It's time to start planning that new home or garage you've been thinking about. Hammond Lumber Company is here to help, offering complete building packages with everything you need. With several options on their website and thousands of unique plans in their in-house drawing catalog, Hammond will help you make your dreams a reality. Choose your materials from Hammond's extensive showroom displays, and Hammond will deliver your order from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Start planning your new home or garage at Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. CEM specializes in design build for commercial and residential projects. Whether you need help with older construction, new build-outs, or electrical services, CEM has you covered. CEM is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMMaine.com.
Harvey High is now in session. Today's subjects, science.
Name something that can make the earth move.
Heavy rain.
Hold on, it raining.
Health class.
Something you drop in the toilet and still use it afterward.
Toothbrush.
Nah, I'm not sticking that in my mouth. We're not doing teeth brushing today.
Get schooled with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Always standing ready to answer the call to service. Service your garage door. PDQ Door. PDQDoor.com.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the KG. Stop in for hunting and fishing supplies, apparel, and homemade food.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a big night in basketball up here. The last night of prelims before Tourney 2024 officially tips off Friday. We got a lot to get to. Let's start in Class B boys. Over to Herman, the Hawks hosting the Raiders from Washington Academy. A packed house at the Nest for this one. Hawks down at the half, but not for long. Some great ball movement here. Mason Kinney gets it to Brody Hurd for the corner three. 24-4 run in the third for Herman. Fourth quarter, Hurd inside to Maddox. Kinney, who gets it to go, count it, and one. He's all fired up. Herman pulling away, but the Raiders would find some offense. Clay Grossman pulls it from deep, and this one rattles home. Herman, though, so good in the second half. Off the inbounds, Madden Henderson finds Bryce Edwards just how they drew it up, and the sweet finish is the cherry on top. Hawks win it 48-27. Okay, now to another B North prelim, 10-seed MDI at 7-seed Bucksport. Bucksport looking to use home court advantage to advance. Third quarter, Bucks mounting a comeback. Caden Blackwood catches the rebound and hits the three. Watch this go right down. MDI now looking to maintain the lead. Spencer Lorendo making a nifty move, then dishes to the big man, 6'4", Jamison Weir, who lays it in. The Bucks got hot then, though. This time it is Evan Donnell finding Colin McDougal. He'll get the shooter's bounce right there, but MDI would be too much. Fourth quarter, here's Weir cleaning up the glass. MDI wins 53-46. They face Maranacook on Friday. Okay, let's wrap up Class B with a 9-seed Winslow visiting the 8-seed Foxcroft Academy. This one was a thriller. Fourth quarter, Foxcroft down one. Niska Jasovic over to Lennon McAfee from three-point range. Bingo, Ponies lead. Later, Winslow now up 3. Great ball movement here. Ends with Carter Calvo finding Matt Quirion underneath for 2. Next possession for Foxcroft. Wyatt Rayfield, the inbound to Shane Barungi for the corner 3, and it drops. Finally, under 3 minutes to go. Braden Rodrigue to Tyler Neto from the wing, from deep, and he drills it. Foxcroft comes back to force overtime, but the Raiders survive 57-55. They face top seed Ellsworth on Saturday. Now let's go to Class C boys. The 6-seed GSA looking to knock off the 11-seed Dexter at home. First quarter, Dexter's Bryce Cooper. Watch this Euro step here with some jelly to open up the night scoring. Now it's GSA's Brady Pert getting the outlet pass and finding Sean Morey on the other end of the court for 2. Later for Dexter, it's Cody Kimball. He gets Kellen Peavy with a bounce pass through the defense, and Peavy gets the lay-in to go. Finally, Kimball again finding Peavy, this time with a no-looker with similar results. 11-seed Dexter upsets 6-seed GSA 40-31. They face Fort Fairfield on Monday. And finally, for our game action, 8-seed and C North boys PCHS hosting the 9-seed Matt Nawcook. Second quarter, the Lynx' Andrew Oliver with it. Well defended, but a sick fadeaway goes off the glass for 2. Later, Matt Nawcook's Cooper McCarthy on the drive. He'll kick it out to True Weatherby from the top of the key for 3, and his shot is true. Now it's the Pirates' Scott Chadbourne passing it to freshman Chase Lander on the wing for three. Swish. That kid can shoot. And in the final seconds of the half, it's Ben Higgins. He's going to look and find Chadbourne for three from the same spot, and it drops. That gives PCHS a 2-point lead at the half. They win 63-49. They'll face top seed Calais on Tuesday. Okay, now to some other prelim scores from the area. Class B boys prelim, Caribou defeats Presque Isle 49-36. Class C boys prelim, Hodgdon 65-54 over Narraguegas. One of the Class C boys prelims, 7-seed Mount View over PVHS 57-38. And in Class D boys, Jonesport Beals, the 6th seed, defeating Ashland, the 11th seed, 83-38. Okay, now to some hockey now. Maine women's hockey closing out the year soon. Just 2 weekends remain for them. And this week, the university announced some great news for the program and Maine women's hockey fans alike. The Black Bears are now just one of 7 Hockey East teams offering season ticket opportunities for their women's hockey program. The other schools being BU, UConn, Merrimack, UNH, Northeastern, and Vermont. Season tickets go on sale starting March 19th. All of them are general admission. Maine is currently 8-14-2 in Hockey East play with 3 games to go before playoffs, and they say having tickets available for fans is great for the program.
I think it's a great thing. I think it just brings our program and kind of like our women's ice hockey out in the community more. So I think it's a great thing.
Awesome stuff right there. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
There was no salt or sand.
And because of that, I slipped and fell.
When snow or ice isn't removed, you need a powerful law firm to go after every dollar you may deserve.
I needed to protect my rights.
Cases like this require resources and experience.
Over 25,000 victories for injured Mainers and more than $500 million collected for Maine families.
I never thought I'd get that much.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Sorry, guys, that took me for... What is this?
Well, you know how our T-Mobile home internet can slow down?
Uh-huh.
Turns out, walls can get in the way. So, I fixed it.
So instead of getting us Spectrum internet, which is fast and reliable 24/7, you got us internet that can be blocked by walls.
Yes, but I think I fixed it.
By smashing a hole through our wall.
Well, technically, walls.
Yeah, I might not want to go in the dining room.
Don't settle for T-Mobile cell phone internet.
Kids are natural.
This is why I don't leave the house.
Get faster, more reliable internet speeds with Spectrum.
Welcome to the Orono Arcade, your local, affordable destination. We want to provide you with the best experience we can without costing a small fortune. Our ever-popular 9-hole blacklight mini golf course is a huge attraction. Plus, we have the best arcade video games to choose from, including both modern and retro games. We have weeknight specials consisting of... We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
Maine Commercial Solar offers a variety of services including solar systems design, sales, maintenance, and installation. Maine Commercial Solar can help you with existing or new systems. We offer packages for installation by others, or we can help you build your own solar array, smaller residential or anything in between. Maine Commercial Solar is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions. We offer competitive pay, a 3% IRA match, vacation, holiday time, and a family-oriented environment. If interested, please call Jason at 848-7486.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important? Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you? No. Of course not. Not again.
Get your Toyota ready for the year's coldest and harshest weather. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all winter long. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
John Hamm is the world's most smartest detective.
I only got one rule. I don't play by the rules. Even that one.
Grimsburg series premiere this Sunday on Fox.
Welcome back. A local group is more than halfway towards its goal of adding upgrades to an athletic field behind Orono High School. Friends of Orono Schools is a group that looks to enhance the overall experience within the Orono school system. They've currently raised $88,000 of the necessary $142,000 needed to install new lights at Orono High School's soccer and Nordic skiing field. Board member Laura Mitchell says it's inconvenient for the field to be dark, forcing groups that use it off earlier than need to be.
We know that games get cut short,
games have to be held when parents are still working, and it's not safe to be out skiing in the dark. And we've got about 100 little kids that come out here in the dark and ski, and we think the time is now for lights.
Orono athletes agree. They say putting lights on the field would not only allow them to practice longer, but be able to see what they're doing.
When we have games, varsity or JV, varsity always has to play first and JV plays after, because the games get limited time because of how dark it gets, and they don't get to play their whole game, which I don't think is fair to them.
For us to have lights, it's a lot safer for us to go out and ski, whereas usually we have to start getting out of here by about 4 o'clock because it's already too dark to keep seeing. And
a link to donate to the fund can be found on our website. Payments are also accepted as on Venmo, rather, as well as checks sent to RSU 26.
Senator Angus King is urging the Department of Transportation to keep those humorous highway safety signs. This comes after the Federal Highway Administration issued new guidelines suggesting signs that are meant to be funny should not be used. In a letter to Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, Senator King says the clever messages get the point across. He says, quote, "I believe that implementing proven measures to reduce traffic deaths should be among the foremost responsibilities of the DOT. However, that does not include a ban on signs which, through humor or wit, attempt to give their messages a bit of fresh tread. I hope we can avoid a head-on collision on this," end quote. According to the Maine DOT, there were 171 fatal crashes on the highway in 2022.
Well, if you or someone you know made their way to the Bangor Humane Society today, then you might have seen Haley, a 6-year-old pup who has brought countless individuals a sweet surprise on Valentine's Day. Haley's Heroes has become a beloved tradition for the Bangor Humane Society. The initiative was started 3 years ago by Haley's owner, James Spear, who wanted to find a way to give back to the community and the pets at the Humane Society. They do so by covering adoption fees for people once they reach the counter. Spear says being able to help pets find their forever homes is the best part of his and Haley's day.
We do have some people that reach out afterwards. There's a cat that lives up in Exeter that is actually named Haley now because of Haley. And so being in a position where Haley saves up all year to be able to do this is super awesome.
Human was caught by surprise today when she learned the adoption fee for her new cat Bodie was covered by none other than Haley herself.
I actually honestly got a little bit misty-eyed. It was so sweet and so unexpected, and we were very, very happy and very, very grateful.
According to the Bangor Humane Society, this tradition has helped cover thousands of dollars of adoption fees for 30 pets. And Spear says there's no better way Haley would rather spend her birthday each year. Our thanks to Bailey and everyone who chooses to adopt.
Absolutely. Yeah. Happy birthday to her and happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Oh man, what a beautiful
What
pup
a
there.
sweetheart. Oh, love it.
Yeah, and just, you know, Humane Society is another one of those organizations that could always use a little extra help too.
Yeah, as could all of your local shelters. Shelters are really struggling at this time, and so anything you can do to help your local rescue organizations, I'm sure, would be appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty, folks, well, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at Fox 22 News. Take care, and we hope you have a great rest of the night.
Good night, everyone.